everyone, good morning and welcome back to On Location. This is going to be a pretty special episode here. As you can see, I'm at KellysIsland for the day. Spending a full day here, took the ferry over first thing this morning. I'm right now waiting to get a golf cart rental so that I can have a little bit more ease of use because I did not bring my vehicle. So I've got a fully packed camera bag, as you can see right here. Very, very heavy, so I don't want to be walking too many miles today. And plus the island itself is made up of like several parcels of protected land all across it. There's been over 250 bird species that have been documented here overall and recorded. The whole entire island itself is about 700 acres. There is a pretty sizable portion of it is a state park, or at least designated as such. And it has some very nice glacial grooves. And then there's also some extensive sandy beach, some woodlands, of course, scattered throughout, and even abandoned quarries with some red cedar trees. There's also a 5-mile East Quarry Trail, and also a lot of monarch and milkweed displays throughout the island. So a lot of different places, and I just figured one general on location video for this entire island would make sense, since it is broken up in all these small little tracts of woodland and other preserves in the state park. So anyways, I'm gonna be here in a minute or pretty soon here, driving around, and I'll share more of the island and different parts of it. A lot of good natural features and history, of course, involved with this entire island, and I'm also looking forward to getting some of the spring songbird migration as well. So anyways, stay tuned and we'll get moving here. All right, so I got my golf cart and I went down the road about a mile or two, and I figured I'd tackle the big middle section of the island, the longest trails that is. And so this is the East Quarry Trail. Now I said 5 miles, but this official trail marker says 4.5, but nonetheless, looks pretty good. And by the trailhead, looks like it's fairly woodsy with maybe some kind of like sparse clearings, but I'm already hearing some indigo buntings, a Tennessee warbler, and all that fun stuff. So anyways, there's my sick ride for the day. Gets about 15 miles per gallon or miles per hour. So yeah, anyways, got my bag down there. I'm gonna go ahead and get out my telephoto lens, my bins, and we're gonna set out for the day. Looking forward to it. All right, so just finished up at the East Quarry here. Definitely spent a lot more time here than I thought, but as the name suggests, very rocky, terrain, very sparse, kind of dry overall. I mean, there is some like sections of some little marshy stuff, and there was a decent sized pond when I got to the overlook there. So I think the highlights though so far, I got about 44 species here, which is a pretty decent beefy checklist. I got a couple photos, okay photos of some of the American goldfinches and eastern kingbird out in the distance, perched on like one of the trees, isolated trees out there. And then probably the real highlight I would say is there's about 2, maybe 3 broadwing hawks that were flying over. They look like juvenile light morphs, I think. They had like the fan tail and the streaking color bands on them, and obviously pretty broad wings and shoulders on them. And about almost a dozen turkey vultures, or buzzards, I guess, flying around. So pretty decent amount. And also when I was driving on my way to the quarry here, I did see a black tern fly pretty close, low overhead of me. And there's some chimney swifts flying around as well. And you can just clearly tell the size difference and everything. Made it very obvious. So yeah, on to my next destination here. All right, so for my next destination here, I'm at Scheele Preserve. It's about 24 acres and has a secluded tract of land on the east side of the island. It looks like kind of like a narrow strip or corridor. As you can literally see behind me here, it just looks like a real straightaway down there. It has some open meadow and some like mixed woodland for the habitats. And I just passed by some people that were, when I parked up here, that said there was a yellow-bellied flycatcher. So be a cool bird. I've only had them once. Only seen and heard one once. So that'd be a nice one to get. And yeah, tall grasses, and has a shell beach apparently at the end of the grove of trees down here, I'm guessing. And about 140 birds have been documented at this location. So pretty good amount. And so far I'm hearing some singing, Tennessee warblers, indigo buntings, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna check this place out and see what we get. All right, so Scheele Preserve gets 2 thumbs up. Pretty good. I think I got about 26 species. I felt like I just kind of ran through and back. It is just one long out and back like I thought it was, but it does give you a very nice beach view of Lake Erie. And from out there, I could see about 4 red-breasted mergansers, 2 American herring gulls, and I'm out of breath a little bit from walking so fast. Trying to get a lot into this video and today, just because I have the one day here at the island. But yeah, and then like I said, the yellow-bellied flycatcher was a great addition as well. Might have been more than one for that matter. It's just hard to tell, you know, when they're singing and off in the distance. But anyways, pretty good. I think next I'm going to go to the North Pond State Nature Preserve, which I kind of passed actually on the way to the quarry down the road here. So let's go ahead and get over there. So I am here at North Pond State Nature Preserve. It's about 45 acres. Based on the trail map I can see here, looks like we go through immediately through this successional woods, and then it leads out to a boardwalk trail that's looks like the total length is 1 mile, and there's even it looks like an observation platform and a tower overlooking the North Pond itself. Which, you know, the name pond kind of is maybe a misnomer because it is open water, but it's actually an emergent marsh. So it should be pretty nice, I think. Maybe get some marshland birds up there. And then there's also a sign down here that talks about the Lake Erie water snake, which is a particular species that's only found on Lake Erie islands. And it's usually found in like rocky outcroppings and stuff near the edges of waterways. And it does have, pretty nice though, at least, that they offer this at the trailhead, but they have some information about how to identify it, and just saying that they are welcome here because of course they are. And this is a very specialized habitat and stuff that they so desire and need. But other than that, I've heard from just accounts I've read online that on here on Kelly's Island, they can be sort of strict about parking. So I originally parked just right up here, just on the gravel on the side of the road. But then I noticed there's a sign down here that it's called North Pond parking, or that sign says it, just a short walk down there. And so I moved the golf cart over there because I believe that's, I guess, where I'm supposed to park. I don't know if it's only or if I can park here, but I'm not going to push the issue too much, at least. Don't want to get a fine or a ticket, at least. But I think other than that, yeah, I'm excited to check this place out. It's even designated as an important bird area. And so let's go ahead and get started here. right, so that was pretty awesome to see North Pond. So exhausted. Yeah, it was cool to see learn more about the barrier beach, and you know, just to see it firsthand, and to be like preserved in its natural state, and just overall being a natural occurring wetland too. It's just pretty cool to see that. Yeah, definitely. I didn't get any photos though. It's just with the lighting right now. It's midday. It's kind of like early afternoon, and it's just getting super harsh. I mean, it's a beautiful day nonetheless to be out, but you know, getting pretty hot. I mean, it's like, I think about 85 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, it's been beautiful blue sky, not a cloud in the sky really, and it's just making it very harsh light. And just only that, with just, of course, with the activity of birds, you know, getting less and less as the day, or at least the afternoon goes on and so on. So there's still quite a bit out and singing, you know, warblers and other migrants and just other, I guess, year-round residents and whatnot, but it's just hard to get photos, man. It's just, you know, high contrast light, you know, they're all stuck in the shadows or way high up in the trees, and more often than not, you're just only hearing them more than seeing them, and just all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I switched gears because, you know, my next spot is going to be where the glacial grooves are, and the Alvar State Nature Preserve is the next destination. But I wanted to get a, you know, start on using some of my other lenses and doing some different photography. So I put on my 50mm prime lens, and I started doing some of the yellow flag irises that were way out in the wetland there. And so I've been doing that 400th of a second, f7.1, and ISO 200. Shooting handheld, sometimes looking through the viewfinder, but oftentimes just using the live view screen just to get an image that way. Some of them were in shadow as well. Some were, you know, in full sunlight. Most of them were actually. And but just choosing the best ones that I saw, which fortunately the further down I went on that nice recycled lumber boardwalk, saw a lot more, you know, down that way and everything. So anyways, yeah, North Pond was really, really cool though, just to see it and experience it. Definitely my favorite place I've been to so far here on Kelly's Island. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking now, and we're going to go see some glacial grooves. All right, so I've taken quite a few abstracts here. I've just been really getting lost in this process. It's probably been almost half an hour, as I do often with taking these, and doing my 16 to 35 f4, doing primarily 16 millimeters, but I've done a couple of zoomed in about 25 to 30 millimeters as well. Doing exposure settings are usually around 1/200th of a second, f14 and ISO 800. And I even put on, pretty much immediately put on a polarizer, a circular polarizer filter, because there are little, sun spots or like little bits of glare that can be overexposed and blown out as highlights in the final image. So been doing that, but yeah, I mean, there's just so many of these different, like, I don't know if it's some kind of like iron or calcification or something, but just like these crazy colors going on. Just like oranges and golden yellows and like this like slime, like lime green or whatever. I mean, there's just like so many different colors going on here. It's just fantastic to see this. And just not only that, but just how unique and cool of a habitat this is for, especially for Ohio here. But see that? Yeah, it's just crazy. The color. And then just mixed in with this very like dark gray, black, almost rock, rocky, pebble, gravelly terrain. I mean, it's just very unique habitat nonetheless, but just also for the photography and just making nature abstracts and stuff like that. I mean, it's still just very, very cool. So anyways, I'm gonna pack up my camera bag and probably hike back to the golf cart. Don't hear me say that ever or often. We'll probably have to drop it off here soon. Unfortunately, I'm getting to my time limit here, but this has been such a great visit. I might walk around and just see what else I can find for the island close by before I have to take the ferry back this evening, but this has been, I've hit like the main highlights along the Lake Erie birding trail and just stuff like this and the glacial grooves. I mean, all in all, it's just been a very productive day and very, very cool, and of course, I'm glad to share it with all of you as well. As always, thank you so much for watching, everyone. This has been Kelly's Island, and until next time, make sure to get out there. Thank you.